Holla ballers, what's going on? It's Preachy, and this week is going to be Mage Week. Yes. Anyway, this video is going to be looking at how to set up the power auras for the Destruction Warlock, because you guys have been asking me all about that. There's lots of comments there. It's like, Preachy, how the hell do we set these things up? Because you said they're so awesome for Destruction Warlocks. Well, I'm going to show you how to do that. The reason for the delay in filming this week is apparently, if you believe the media, the entire United Kingdom is celebrating the joyous fact that a woman, for 10 long years, well, for a long ass years, for long years, has been born into a family purely by coincidence, who gives the right to take part of our income every month. Yeah, we're all celebrating that fact. Apparently. No, we're not. We are celebrating the fact that we're off work. Woo! Nobody gets to go to work for the next couple of days. So filming day will be tomorrow. I'm going to be on the Beta Realms all day, testing out some mage stuff for you guys. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to look at the power aura stuff today. You guys were asking for this from the last video. Instead of just posting codes and sort of add-on shit that you can do with this add-on, I've decided literally I'll just show you how to do it because it's so much easier. And quite frankly, we like it easy, don't we? So I've got 3 power auras set up for my Warlock at the moment. So I'm going to go through them all. One of them is for Demonology, but it's still a very, very cool add-on. So first of all, the Soulfire one. Okay, this is Power Auras. I have done a review on this add-on entirely on how to do various things with this add-on, and you can see that below. I'll link it in the comments, I'll put an annotation, and I'll link it below, blah, blah, blah. So you can go ahead and check out how to use Power Auras overall, but this one is specifically is for the Soulfire Power Aura. This Power Aura is telling me, this is all this is about, is when my improved Soulfire buff on myself is going to be running out in less than 6 seconds. As soon as it hits the 6-second mark, I want that power aura to appear just to let me know while I'm casually just balling it around, owning the DPS, that hell, you need to recast Soulfire soon to keep your buff on. Cool, sweethearts. So this is how we do it. First of all, improved Soulfire. You want to write improved Soulfire in there. Ignore case, that kind of stuff, just so in case you don't put the right cases into the way Blizzard has described it. Exact name if you want, but with improved Soulfire, you can't really go wrong. I love this one, me. Used own texture. It's the picture of Soulfire. I don't need anything else. I don't need fancy animations or glows or anything like that. I just need improved Soulfire. I just need to know it's my Soulfire one. Now, in the middle here, it shows you what this effect looked like. I've also got this slightly faded out. It's not dead bright and obvious, and that's here in the opacity tab. Now you can have this bright, woo, hey, or you can have it like faded out as much as you want. I just need to see it, but I don't want it to interfere with my gameplay. So I have it around 56%, so it's completely obvious that the debuff is there, that the power aura has come up, but it's not blocking my vision behind it. I can still see this guy stood behind it. It's not blocking it out completely. I think that is very, very cool. Now you have a couple of options in here you can have. I literally just have alive. If I have the improved Soulfire buff up, therefore I'm in combat, okay? I don't need to tell me that I have to be in combat, because if I have the improved Soulfire buff on me, in which case the power aura will tell me when that's running out in 6 seconds, then I must be in combat, or I'm traveling between mobs and I'm doing some sort of farming or some sort of quests. Not that I would do quests as destruction anyway, but either way, you don't need to play around with these. I don't think so. You can have them just in raid, just in party, in combat, whatever you want to do. I just want to be alive, dead easy. Now, the other one is the animation timer. Here we go. This is the one where you're basically telling the add-on that you want it to activate when there's 6 seconds remaining and not as soon as it's run out. A lot of people have these things on for either when the debuff is on, so you can have a timer if you wish. If we click show timer, you see you'll have this timer here, and it will actually put, you can have to move this separately in this position box here, X and Y. See, if you drag these around, it'll move around. You can drag it over the icon if you wish. I don't need to know that, because I know if this is showing, it means I have 6 seconds left. What I do is this line down here, you see this bottom one? Hide aura and timer until time is above 6 seconds. Now, it can be dragged, but it's very, very sort of fiddly to drag around. Use the plus and minus when you're close to it. And just leave it at 6 seconds. And that's all that power aura is, guys. That's as easy as it is to do. On activation, I just have improved Soulfire is the spell I want it to activate on. It's a buff. You see the activation by a buff here. Click buff. Improved Soulfire. Use own texture. Very easy. And then I go to timer and I say I want it at 6 seconds or below. So hopefully, if I close this, the power will disappear. Let's fire for Soulfire. Now, it does last a little while, but I can talk while this is going on. You see, I'm in combat now, so it's also showing my Conflag one we're going to show soon. 16 seconds remaining as that bad boy counts down. Hopefully, when it gets to 6 seconds on the nose, 10, 9, 8, 7, come on, baby, 6. Woo! There we go. The power aura comes up, and therefore, I know that that needs to be done. So that's how you set the Soulfire one up, guys, okay? The next one we're going to look at is the Conflagrate one. which is this one here. Now, the Conflagrate one, remember I told you, is I have this one just telling me when I have a 1.5 seconds left before I can use Conflagrate again. The reason is I want to make maximum use of my Conflagrates. I want to make sure I'm hitting Conflagrate the second it's ready. So by telling me that the Conflagrate spell cooldown will be up in 1.5 seconds while I'm finishing my cast of Incinerate, of Chaos Bolt, or whatever it might be, I know that in a 1.5 seconds, Conflagrate will be off cooldown, and I can start spamming that button while I'm finishing that other cast, getting the best use of Conflagrates and my backdraft. So, how do I do this one? Very easy. Remember, these are your position tabs here, so to move these left and right, as you can see I have it just above my soul shards, you can just drag it X and Y, so on and so forth, really easy, up and down. I have the opacity on 75% for this because it's quite important. Okay, 6 seconds I'm going to notice the improved Soulfire. Conflagrate I need to know immediately, and then it's immediately going to disappear again. So very cool, I have the opacity quite high. Again, it's a spell cooldown. Remember, these activation bar, you've got all these things. This is a spell cooldown. I want to know when the spell cooldown of Conflagrate. So we type Conflagrate in there. Make sure you spell it right. Ignore case again. And again, use own texture. So I don't need a fancy graphic or anything like that. I need to know it's the spell cooldown for Conflagrate. And there it is with the fingers of fire. Woo! And this one is while I'm in combat, because obviously I need to know if Immolate's on. You could do all sorts of crazy stuff, like tell the add-on that Immolate must be on in order for this to be showing up. You don't really need to do that, because you should have a dot timer tracking your Immolate. Like I've got there. There's my Immolate nice and tracked. So I know if Immolate's on or not. I don't need anything else. And the other one, again, is the timer. Again, down at this bottom one, I haven't got any numbers showing. These numbers here, you can do that with the show button there. I literally have just changed this to be 1.5 seconds. So when 1.5 seconds is about to happen, let's see if we can do it. Let me Conflagrate. So you can see 7, 6, 5. Oh, I've got the add-on open. 4, 3, 2. Anytime now. Come on. Oh, it didn't work. It must be because I had the add-on open. Never mind, let's try again. Conflagrate, come on. 3, 2, 1. There it is. Okay, nice and easy. So I know I can get the best use of my Conflagrates and make sure my Conflagrates are working like a treat. So that's the Conflagrate one as well. The other one I want to show you is the Felstorm one. Now, these are a little bit trickier. The thing is with Demonology is you want to start off with your Felguard in Demonology, and you want to get a Felstorm out, because Felstorm is really good DPS. So what we want to do is track when Felstorm has disappeared so we can instantly get our Fel Hunter out. That's why we want this add-on. So let's go and get Skewering Axe in there. Now, the important thing for this power aura is you need to know the exact name of your pet. So, this one is obviously... let's go to activation. This is a buff, and it's called Felstorm. Use own texture again. Now, what you need to do is you need to come down to here where it says unit name. And you need to put in the exact name of your pet. Now, you can see mine is called Skewering, and you can usually pick that up on UI. There you go. My pet is called Skewering. If you don't know, Warlock pets always have the same name. They always have the same name. It doesn't matter how many times you resummon Skewering, he will always be called Skewering. So we want to go into click unit name, put a tick in that box, type in his name, and we want to track Skewering' Felstorm. And what also I do for this is you can see there's timers flicking in there. So I show the timer. This is because while he's casting Felstorm, I want to know when it's about to run out so I can plan my Fel Hunter switch. It's very, very important while you do this as Demonology, because your Fel Hunter is the best single target DPS, but Felstorm cast by your Felguard is in fact a DPS increase, okay? And also the Demon Soul of your Felguard is much more powerful than the Demon Soul of the Fel Hunter, okay? So if you're not into Warlocks and you're not sure what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. I'll talk about a lot about it in the Warlock guides themselves. Just be aware that using a Felstorm and the Demon Soul of your Felguard is a DPS increase by about 15%. And then you want to immediately, after Felstorm, get your Fel Hunter out. So what you don't want is your Felguard DPSing for an extended period of time while your Fel Hunter's not out and he's not using Felstorm, okay? So again, you drag the animation over here. What I've also done is I've reduced the actual timer down. You have a thing here called show hundreds. I don't want that, okay? I just want to know the seconds. I don't need to show the hundreds. I've just deselected that box. It is clicked by default, be aware of that. And it's just, I clicked off show hundreds. So if we close this, what we should see is we'll be DPSing away. We've just done a pull, and we activate Felstorm. There it is. It shows 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Felstorm is all gone. Boom, boom, boom. Get our Fel Hunter out, and off he goes. So we've absolutely made maximum uptime of our Fel Hunter, okay? And our Felstorm. Very, very easy stuff, guys, but still important power auras and really help you just track this, all kinds of stuff. Very, very cool. All right, that's the video for today, guys. You have a great day, and we'll be coming back with some guides tomorrow and onwards. Take it easy, boys.